You guys last night drinking too much Jameson.
Never too much.
Appreciate you showing up. Definitely know it's a rough morning for some of us. Super honored and my privilege to reintroduce Tim Rita. Tim was our original USPG president. Got the ball rolling for us out here. And the amount of things have changed since that time is pretty amazing. So thank you very much for that. Tim moved to Vegas 2014. Was working at the Cosmo, doing a few things, shaking it up out there. And that's now EJ Gallo Spirits. So super stoked to be here.
Thank you.
Rita.
Thank you guys for coming out. Yeah, that's tough, man. Bartender's ball. If I knew about it, Josh would be calling me up right now like, Tim, where are you? But yeah, great to be back. Now I'm with EJ Gallo doing a spirits portfolio. A year ago, a friend of mine I saw at the Arizona Coffee Week tapped me on the shoulder. And he was like, yeah, I'm looking for somebody for the West Coast. And at the time, I was like, so, long story short, here I am. Brought me back home, so I think it was a good choice.
How was Arizona?
So the year I saw him, it was still, I mean, it's still a good thing. They changed it to Arizona Cocktail Weekend, which didn't really work out because weekends and bartenders are usually working. So everybody came on Sunday, Monday, Friday, Saturday. It was ghost town. So, yeah. But no, it's cool, man. It was in Phoenix this year, so kind of more central. I liked it back at the Valley Hole, back in what's it? It's not Phoenix. It's
Tempe?
No, not like that.
So,
Anyhow, the original spot. But yeah, Arizona Cocktail. So thank you again. I bring you to a spirited afternoon with myself. I couldn't think of a cool thing to say. Everybody knows. If you know, like. Great to be back home. The most recycled photo of me because it's hard to take a good photo. And it's a good hotel. I don't know if you guys know of it. Me,
I know of it.
a lot of it is, so I'm learning about our products and how diverse and actually pretty cool they are. New Amsterdam is like, one of the fastest growing spirits in history. Typically, 5 times distilled. It's the number 2 gross. Chef Jeremy. Where am I at? Number 2 vodka per volume. Number 4 spirit per volume. We got a whole bunch of flavors. And flavored vodkas is one of those things. Like, for me, I'm like, yeah, whatever. We got flavored vodka. We need it. Pays the bills. But I really like our flavors. If you ever get a chance, we don't have any right now. But it's one of those true to the flavor. If it's a pineapple, it's like you're biting into a pineapple. Coconut, it's spot on coconut. If you guys want to try some, let me know. While I'm here, I'll get it out to you guys. So, a lot of awards and fun and then just to get a broader picture of like how we stand against other brands, Tito's of course. You're so cool. But our flavors were like, doing quite well. And then I moved into Rumhaven. Rumhaven was one of those spirits that we had that actually got me hooked on portfolio. I was asked to do an event called For the Love of Cocktails, which is a charity started by Tony Abugani, who it's for the Helen David Relief Fund. So what it is a charity that gives back to bartenders affected by breast cancer. It could be your family, just anybody affected by breast cancer. They bring in money and they distribute to people. You apply for it. Whoever needs it the most. They got a criteria that they follow. For the Love of Cocktails is one of those things that we do in Vegas every year to raise money. And I was asking Rum Haven, and this is before I worked with you guys. So I'm like, what's Rum Haven? And we went to Rum Haven. Rum Haven is rum made, Caribbean rum made with coconut water liqueur. So low ABV. It's not like an 80 proof. Should do this. Have you tried? Have anybody not tried it? No. So you guys haven't tried it. Oh, okay. So we can reuse those Canarito cups. Guess what? More shots. Try that out. But really smooth and clean. It was one of those spirits where like you don't know unless you try it.
Pretty easy to see.
That event in particular, I don't know if you guys know Carson Zane. He used to be out at Aulani. He moved to Vegas. He was ESPG. But he was like my partner. He signed up for the event, and I was like, I need that guy. They're like, why? Because he's a wine. But we sold out. Or not sold out, but we served all of our batch to where all we had left was the bottle. And I went up, with my passion, I went around and poured a bunch of shots of it. And they're like, what the hell is this? I'm like, just try it, and after that, I don't know if it was the right thing to do, but after that, a lot of people were walking out with bottles. I like to think that helped out sales in Vegas. Actually brings that up when people taste it. And then next is Tim Rita Tequila.
My heart is beating and I'm under attack. Don't need a cure cause I don't wanna go back. I'm giving in, there ain't no fighting this fire. I got this fever burning inside. I got this fever getting me high. Let's have a great night on the dance floor. I'll be the cowboy on the wild horse. And if we don't drown when we're swimming the shore, I'll be the first in line to get us some more. Let's have a great night on the dance floor. I'll be the cowboy on the wild horse. And if we don't drown when we're swimming the shore, I'll be the first in line to get us some more.
Every brand has to have a story. The thing was, in 1761, Camarena family co-founded the town of Aranas, epicenter of artisanal Highland tequila production. So it's a Highland tequila. So the city, Big Bell, Lorena de Silencio, the lowdown of it is it's a Highland tequila. We bring 100% agave. You got any?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, guys, with Cameron, and by the way, I'm Josh, and he's Steve
Oh,
EJ
sorry.
Gallo. We're very lucky to have Tim out here. Unfortunately, many of you know Chad Stevens, our branch manager of the Big Island Johnson Brothers. He kind of begged and pleaded to get Tim out here, and then we're not sending him to the Big Island. So good for us.
That means he's gotta come back.
I didn't know that.
It means he has to come back, right? So we're obviously very excited to have him here. With Camarena, just a couple of points. The brand's been around for about 7 years, at least in the United States. It was really the first 100% agave.
So I call it the timeless argument. So it's pretty much a variation of my time. Timeless argument, Don's or Vicks. So what I did was I took the components from each, heavily on Vicks because I think it's Vicks, so whatever. It's lime juice, orgeat, a little bit of ruby red, and then I used our rum haven. Originally, we're gonna do like a flash infusion of the rum haven, but when you order, okay, so when you guys order things online, China, just know there's a slim chance that you don't get all the parts. So that's what happened. If you look over at the bar, there's like these cool little coffee drips. It would have been going through there. So basically, what it would have done is you can add any component you want, like citrus, spice, whatever, and then you just run it through like pretty quick. Simple. You pour it in, let it sit, pour it out, and then you use it as you please. So it would have been, you know, it would have had hints of I wanted to do Stornies, calamansi, because I don't know, I did a couple drinks of calamansi before, and citrus, you know, there's different things, but that's what my initial plan was for that cocktail. And I just made
It's delicious.
pretty much my type.
Yeah, exactly. It's just part
That's
of
the
the
first
culture
one.
around it.
It's great, it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's great for like waking up in the morning. You know?
it's a great
It's
chance.
a great breakfast.
Right now they're working on we're doing palomas, like lily quid palomas. That was actually another. We'll get to it after, but it'll be a second cocktail that once you run the rum haven through the components, instead of throwing it out, you can reuse it with the tequila and wash it a second time. So you kind of get that hints of coconut from the rum haven into that wash of the tequila. So, sorry, I wish I could have actually done it.
We'll find a new company in China.
Northern are so cheap, right? It's 2 for 1? What? But yeah, should be about soon.
So, quick question for the rum haven. Is it unusual, like, is it unique to use coconut water in a coconut rum?
Good question.
Like-
So, what we've learned using real coconut, the first few batches of rum haven, you probably seen it, is so if you know coconut water, it tends to oxidize and turn pink. So we had bottles being sent back because it was turning pink. You know.
Hey, Nema, you gotta get that into your.
Yeah, it's,
Say it's meant to be
it's a great.
Once it oxidizes.
It's a great thing that happened because it's like, see, we are using real coconut. Other brands, I don't know what they use. They use real coconut water, but yeah, that has been like a good selling point for us. And you know, you get a lot of those health conscious people, and you know, they're drinking alcohol, but it's coconut water now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've found a lot of wins making cocktails with that. Even adding it as a secondary versus your primary spirit. I'll do margaritas, and instead of triple sec, I'll use rum haven. So you add like coconut. Espresso martinis, instead of vodka, I'll use rum haven, and it just gives a different take on your classic or usual suspects.
Yeah.
So that product's been like it's my ace in the hole, man. Like, give it a bottle of rum haven, but mix it with scotch. Oh man. We got some scotch here, so maybe we can go to the bar and mix it up a little more. But yeah, it's so diverse to where you can do anything with it. You can even set with a liquor license. You got beer and wine places where rum haven could go right in there.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, it doesn't smell like suntan lotion.
No, I was just saying there's a way different
Very
coconut flavor.
Yeah, it's very, very different than other ones within its set, and that's why it can be so diversified. Because a lot of times, if they do smell like suntan lotion, they're going to overpower that cocktail you're making. So we have had a lot of success with the fact that it doesn't smell like that, and that it is natural. And like you said, I mean, I had bottles on my desk and they're like turning brown. I'm like, Josh, what's going on here?
Well, it's natural.
So we buy from it's like the Caribbean rum, so it's like proprietary rum makers, like every rum out there these days now. But it's primarily a Caribbean rum, so you get like that distinct kind of nuances. And just the production process. So they buy from proprietary makers, but with three different ways of cooking. So the stone oven, autoclaves and the diffusers, so they get the best of the three worlds, put it together, blend it, and that's how you can have it. Right now, we just have a silver and a rosado, because they're so fairly new. Need some time for that añejo, but there are things in the horizon. Can't speak of it now, but I know a few people that make this stuff. Most awarded tequila, pretty consistent as far as winning over the tasting awards and such. We touched on the Camarena, the Canarito cup in the video, so it's an homage to Mesoamerican pottery or.
You guys gotta take these home.
And yes, you all have that. The next cocktail comes in an actual size, so you guys can take it home. What's really cool is a lot of accounts have been using it.
Yes, already.
They've been putting what's that plant, succulents in it, and just having it as like a little display. Because then when people are stealing them, they're walking out. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, get creative.
You probably don't
Just
know
put your name all over it,
dishwasher.
free everything.
They're actually really
They're okay?
so they're made to.
Be beat up.
We always
in the kitchen.
describe it as it's as solid as a Dunkin' Donuts coffee mug. One, because I think it's the same company that makes all that. So the classic version, it's it's clay, so you have to hand wash it. I know there's a few Mexican accounts. I don't know if here they actually have Canaritas. You gotta hand wash it. We're super delicate, but we made it to where it's functional.
So you guys, if you are interested in something like that, we can supply the account with some.
EJ Gallo. Very famous bottle.
And that really was the only liquor that Gallo had.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were like late for my high school years.
So EJ brandy, I mean, that was one of, I heard of it, but when I got to visit the actual distilleries, it's pretty impressive. They only have, every year, there's a 3-month window where they can harvest and produce the brandy. So it's like California winemaking laws. So they have to follow the actual winemaking laws for brandy because it's got a great spirit. Where's it's Fresno? It's a big outside of Fresno. But
Nobody can drink alone.
quality assurance.
It's actually more distilling capacity in Fresno than Brown Forman does for Jack Daniels.
Yeah. And mind you, these guys
For
go.
EJ Brandy.
Yeah.
Because you gotta get
Is it Fresno?
to Tim's point, this is a great product, right? So at our heart, we're a wino. So we have all these grapes. Not everything's gonna make it into wine, so what do you do with it? You make brandies. We've been making brandies since the 70s. So you have a very small window, so the fresher the grapes, the better the brandy's gonna be. So that's why we have all this huge distilling capacity. So when the stuff comes in on the trucks from the vineyards, we want to distill it right then.
Yeah.
So that we can make the best brandy we can possibly make. And they told me that this summer, that we have more capacity than Brown Forman. And you're crazy after 3 million cases of Jack Daniels those guys sell.
I imagine that
But
was
they can turn it all year long, right?
Yeah.
Just make it. We have a 3-month period, we get it all done. So, kind of cool.
And to touch on the brandy, subject of brandy, so recently, recently we purchased Jermaine Raban brandy.
Anybody not have one?
What's that?
So this is passed around. This is Argonaut brandy. So it's it's California brandy from the beginning to the end. We started market now. Right now it's in test in San Francisco, and it's doing really well. Trick Dog is like one of the main places that they're doing amazing cocktails with. But what's cool about it, besides being 100% made in California, it's like a blend of the best grapes. More so on the column board, but like all cognacs. But there's gonna be like 4 expressions of it. And me personally, I'm trying to find a way to get it here because they're in select markets and tests. And it just has to. There needs to be a need for it, and I'm like, I need it. You're right. And if we ask Dave, we'll try to get over it.
So, I'm not that familiar with like the process of brandy making.
Yeah, brandy just coming back is, the different. It's another brown spirit alternative. It's you use it like cognac, but then you can also use it like like a whiskey. But then it's a more more delicate, brighter, sweeter in a good way. If you go on California Brandy Summit, it gives you a lot of information about just California brandy in general, like all of the brands. It's not just our brand. So next ones are Shackleton. Shackleton is pretty cool. It's literally pretty cool. So this guy went on an expedition to Antarctica. Things went bad. Long story short, he had to leave his ship basically there, and all his whiskey was still in Antarctica under ice. These guys come back, I believe it was like 75 years later. They come back, pick it up, and they find the actual whiskey like preserved there. Open it up, fantastic. So it's what it is. It's a 20 malt whiskey blend, and it's primarily Highland. And then, made by Sir Ernest Shackleton. So what the White Pine Company did, they replicated basically the same juice, and they came up with Shackleton. So a bit of a tasty notes. You get the vanilla toffee ginger notes. You get licorice, sugar, it's kind of dry, fruity taste. The finish is. I'll have you guys all taste it as well too. Rather than me talking about it, it's super good. I'm telling you.
You guys are familiar with Dalmore, right? Some of you at least have the Dalmore. To me, the biggest selling point of this whiskey, it's made by the same dudes. Richard Patterson makes, the Dalmore expressions in itself for tens of thousands of dollars. It's also making Shackleton. It's unique in that it's not a single malt, it's not a blend, it's a blended malt. So,
Bring brands to life. So next section is like we're going to talk about how we do the coffee drip. So the coffee drip. You have two versions of it. So the first wash would be with the rum, and you can do this. This is just an example of like what you could make. Tiki mugs by Tiki Rao. Everybody know Tiki Rao from Maui? He's actually designing our tiki mugs, and I'm super stoked about it. I'm actually meeting him on Wednesday. I'm looking at his tiki mugs, probably taking home a whole bunch of things I don't need to take home. Talking about it. We're going to be doing an online competition, so look out for that. I'll be sure to send Dave the info to just send it to all the members. It'll be open for everybody, but it's one of those, like, I'm telling you first when it's coming out. Right, so
I quit, you gotta send it to Kyle.
send it out. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. How's that feel, man? Yeah, so basically what the contest will be is people from, it's on the internet, so whoever makes it, the winner gets to go to Maui. There's a coconut farm. You'll go to the coconut farm where they do everything coconut, oils, food, lotion, whatever. Because Rum Haven, the whole concept of it is, the all-encompassing coconut. So that's a whole kind of cool thing that we're having. And it'll bring me back to Hawaii. So this, we're covering this. Rosés. Anybody have frozen drinks at their bars? Rosés sounds funny, like in the mainland, people love
Big
it.
deal.
You clean up what you need.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, exactly. That's the hardest part of it. I mean, there's been so much asked for rosés for like national accounts and just accounts in general for this. You can do it without spirits. just with the rosé, or you can do a blend of it. But like these recipes here, it's actually still low ABV, so people like constantly people love it. I was a big skeptic about it. I had some and I'm like, rosé on it. Or even doing like froscados, it's like people love wine, they want to be like, I know we're a wine company, they want to be bougie, like that, but it's a great sell for any account that's willing to clean the machine, like just saying. And it's a simple serve. I did like this one bar show thing, and I just stood by the machine, just poured it out. I looked around and I saw everybody shaking like. I'm like, you want one?
Yeah.
Like ice cream man. But yeah, if you guys need recipes for it, I can forward that to you. Yeah, you can be as simple and as cool as you want. Back to EJ Brandy. So you think of EJ Brandy and you just it's like heck, EJ Brandy. But you can do a lot with it. We've been experimenting in certain markets. My counterpart is from Philadelphia, and he's been challenging his guild guys to do make your brandy cherries. What's the best brandy cherries you can do? Like every Manhattan stirred cocktail could use brandy cherry. And here's some examples. EJ vanilla with pineapple syrup, EJ vanilla with coconut, there's coffee, and it's a simple. It's pretty. We can make something real quick right now. Eat them all day. You can use fresh. But you can also use what's that place? I'm not sure what's the brand? Luxardo, and then there's that other big can brand. You can do like a quick version of it and just add the brandy to it, add your spices, simmer it a little bit. But it's another way to look at how to use EJ brandy.
If you guys want a sample bottle to play around with, just let your rep know. We'll be happy to give you one. Because those are kind of cool. We look at these things, you're like, wow, I never thought about using E&J brandy that way.
You could even use it.
Well, we did that. We didn't. We didn't come up with it. But when we saw it, we're like, wow, that's cool.
This could be like a multi-purpose thing. You can put cherries in there as like an added flavor to it, and when you're done, use those cherries to garnish your old fashioned or whatever you want with it. Or shots, another thing that you can do with it. Using that as like the base spirit as far as creating your shot, and if it's maca, whatever flavors. And like we brought it up because Hawaii or shot. Heard of tiki cocktails before, right? Here. It's funny, like when people always ask, they're like, "Oh, you're from Hawaii? You know tiki?" I'm like, for me, I'm like, it's just Hawaii cocktails. It's the flavors we work with. Tiki is cool. Everybody's banking on that, and that's like what everybody knows. But I tell them, I'm like, Hawaii's different. There's more personality to our tiki cocktails. We use the flavors not just from what we grow, like homegrown, but we use Asian flavors. We use everything around. We're in the center of the world, so we got the best cocktails. Yes. We talked about ice programs. Shackleton is the perfect partnership with an ice program. We use this company called Cocktail Brand with them where they'll design a stamp for you. Josh was actually working on that.
We're getting the ones with previous.
I've used them. Had some. I'll bring it by. You see me this week. I had to stamp a whole bunch of them out for it was pretty. But yeah, you just dip it in you don't even have to dip it in water. But you dip it in water because you want it to penetrate it, but then you don't want to melt it too much. So a lot of places that do craft spice, they have their own stamps. I'm not too sure if Dave has them or adjusted them in their bar that they bring. But big in Europe, big in Japan, to the mainland, people are doing it all over, and it's a simple added thing to it. It doesn't take much, and when people see it, they're so amazed, and they're like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. You know, here you go. So that's.
And if you have time to tell that story about the fact they found this under ice, I mean, their tagline
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, found under ice, best served over ice. It's kind of a cool thing to talk about, if you have the time. I mean, if you're doing too many, you don't, but it is that kind of concept that you can tell the story. And eventually when the movie comes out, it'll become even bigger.
Yeah, so
That's
there's a movie coming out starring, what's his name? Hardy, the guy that played Bane. Tom Hardy, yeah. So I think he's gonna be early after. It's a good selling point for us. So we've spent a lot of time researching trial and error with a drop cocktail program, where we've got it set to large scale, small scale, but I mean they can tell you how beneficial drop cocktails is for a program. So if anybody's interested, Gallo has actual drop cocktail program that we can help you set up for it. And we have one more drink.
Ready for that?
Yeah. But then the next is Q&A. I'm just happy to be back in Hawaii and able to talk with you guys, you know.
Awesome.
Where was the first place you went back and ate at? Was it
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me
So
what
Mississippi.
You know, the funny thing is, so I went there and then I was like the typical kid in the Toy Story, you know. I was like, oh, you give me the Zip Pack and some chili and some black chocolate, and they're like, this is all for you. I'm like, yeah. I was like, not even halfway through, I'm like, oh, I can't eat like this. I know, that's great. Oh, so good.
They call me Vegas, you know that, right?
I know, but that's one more year, bro. That's too
What?
It's
When I
I know,
thought.
it's not the same.
Giving it in Vegas.
Even when you get the frozen ones, it's
I have a quick question.
they can produce that much more.
They make
A
them
lot,
last.
yeah, a lot of our strains, down to the glass, we have like a glass making unit that, you know, everything is, it's like the most self-sustainable company out there. So that, I mean, a lot of things like that people overlook. Like, I was lucky enough to actually go through and see the process of like what goes into making just the EJ product itself, and it's really impressive. And part of the reason why I'm very happy made the choice to be with Gallo. What else cool?